Welcome back to part 2 of the show. In this part of the programme, we head over to Hilton Terminal 5 Heathrow, where the charity One Kind Act recently put on a gala evening titled The Child of Mine Ball.
Well, we are putting on our third ball for One Kind Act, the Child of Mine Ball, which is a fundraising event tonight in aid of helping children all around the world that are deprived of basic needs of education, health and nutrition.
Tonight we have chosen 3 causes. They each meet one of our purposes as a charity. One is health, one is education, and one is nutrition. For the health side, we've chosen World Child Cancer. It's not a charity we've worked with before, but they do excellent work in developing countries around the world. Secondly, the second charity we're supporting is Home Lyon, which is for the educational side of our support. And they are quite clearly work in Sierra Leone, have a school that they've recently built, and they are going to be using the money to support the school in terms of teachers and equipment. And finally, the last charity is Real Food Junk Project. They're based up in North London, and they work around food poverty and with children in terms of helping them with their education, with after-school classes.
Good evening, everyone. As Chairman of One Kind Act, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you tonight to the Child of Mine Ball. We started this charity 5 years ago. We set about to raise money for noble causes and to do wonderful work. At the same time, we said we should enjoy ourselves at social events. This is how our living and giving philosophy emerged. Give to others while you live your life. I think very close at heart we've come across things very personal to us, and we found that we're very privileged in this country to have care, medical care and funds, which isn't available worldwide. And sitting back doing nothing was not possible. So we all felt we would like to help children all around the world, despite their caste, creed or colour.
Well, Mark, after a very long time, it's great to have you back on this show here again. What does it mean for you to be here tonight at an incredibly important event?
Well, I'm particularly pleased to be involved as a patron for One Kind Act because it happened through a very close family friend 5 years ago, and it's a great pleasure to see how the charity has grown. And I think through the trustees and the associates involved with One Kind Act, who are incredibly hardworking and incredibly selfless, to see the way that they really affect lives, change lives through the hard work that they do, and the fact that they've won awards and that the charity has really grown is a great testament to the way that they've worked so hard. So for me to come to this event 5 years down the line and see how it's grown and how it's touched so many people, I think is a real pleasure.
Well, Sarah, Duchess of York, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to here tonight. As a cricketer formerly and as a cricket coach latterly, I've been very lucky to travel around the globe playing cricket, watching cricket, and people always ask me about what's the best thing about being a professional cricketer, and I always say the travelling. I've been really fortunate to have a wonderful time seeing different countries, different cultures. However, I've also witnessed tremendous suffering and deprivation. And as a father, it's particularly distressing to see the plight of some innocent young children and the challenges that they face.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased and honored to introduce Sarah, Duchess of York.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, actually, I want to thank you, Sharma. I cannot tell you, I walked in here tonight and I have had such an incredible welcome. You really are an amazing group of people. How did you do that? You've got fabulous friends. And I'm really, really impressed to be here. I mean, everyone's just been incredible. So, the first thing I said when I walked in was, thank you for the one kind act of keeping the invitation to have me here tonight. Thank you.
Well, Duchess, it's a huge honour to have you with us here this evening. I know charitable causes are incredibly important to you, but what does it mean for you to be here tonight?
Well, it is it's not a charity. For me, it is part of my life's blood. My grandmother said when I was little, she said, when you feel bad about yourself, give to others, and you'll suddenly feel that life is great. And today, coming here tonight with One Kind Act and to learn all about these incredible charities they're supporting, it just fills my heart. And as you can tell, I'm completely in the present moment right with you right now. And I'm so deeply grateful. It means the world to me to be able to just be part of such a loving and giving event.
I think it's fair to say that so many of us do get caught up in our day-to-day lives, particularly with our careers. However, as we end one year and we go into a new one, what advice could you give to our viewers as to perhaps one kind act that they could take upon themselves in 2020?
Oh, well, that's so funny, because I think that if you can make one kind act, even just a smile, or to remember somebody's name, or to thank someone who's opened the door for you, or just to celebrate with gratitude how lucky we are to be able to jump out of bed, not have to get in a wheelchair, not have to ask 15 people to help us get into the wheelchair, to look up at the sky and we can see the sun, we can feel the sun on our face. Just to have the fortitude of understanding how lucky we are, well, why don't you go and help with just one kind act to let someone else have that same luck.
Well, Duchess, thank you very much. As always, it's been lovely to speak with you. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you especially to One Kind Act and our new patrons tonight. As I say, over the last few years, One Kind Act have been a tremendous support, and we've now able to move some families out of slums.
Standing here today, I just want to say my story and hopefully help people who's going through the same as me. As it says, I'm a child myself. I've got a younger brother, 14 years old, who's still underweight and still struggling to eat. He doesn't get free school meal and things, so we still have to try and get sandwiches for him, which is a struggle as well. So we're still trying to reduce that, but yeah.
Over 80% of children who get cancer in Britain now survive. It's becoming an increasingly curable illness. But in the countries where we work, it's lucky if it's 10%.
Navin, as always, it's a huge pleasure to have you with us. Tonight, of course, is an incredibly important event. Not only are you performing, but of course we're here to raise awareness and of course do some fundraising for 3 wonderful charities. For you to be here and of course be a part of it, how special is that for you?
It is such an honor to be here. I love using music and my talent and my fan following to support great causes like this. And like you say, this is not just one cause, but we're supporting 3 charities tonight, and One Kind Act does some phenomenal things to help new charities get off the ground.
आँखों से मीठा तूने खिलाया हो तेरी मलमल की कुर्ती गुलाबी हो गई मन चली चाल कैसे नवाबी हो गई तो बलम पिचका
Our heartiest congratulations to all the team at One Kind Act for all the marvellous charity work that they do. Sadly, that's the end of the show, and as I mentioned earlier on, it's the end of the series. We'd like to thank all of our viewers for all of your support this year, and of course for the last 23 years that this show has been running. We will of course be back on your screens at some point again next year, so until then, we wish you all the best, have a very happy new year, take care, bye bye.